The Harvest of Honor. In a remote village nestled among rolling hills and golden fields, there lived a humble farmer named Raghav. He was not a man of many words, but his actions spoke volumes. With calloused hands and a heart full of wisdom, he toiled from dawn to dusk on the same patch of land his father and grandfather had once plowed. Raghav had inherited not just the land, but also the values that ran deep in his family: honesty, perseverance, and compassion. Though the seasons changed, and the world beyond the village grew more modern and fast-paced, Raghav remained anchored in tradition. Every morning, even before the first light touched the treetops, Raghav was out in his fields. Rain or shine, he worked without complaint. While many in the village sought quicker ways to earn money taking up city jobs, investing in flashy businesses, or depending on government aid, Raghav believed in earning through labor. The land gives back only what you give to it, and sometimes even more if you give it love, not just sweat, he would often say. Years ago, when a local land developer came to the village with promises of wealth in exchange for farmland, many villagers sold their ancestral plots. The developer built warehouses, roads, and even a luxury resort. While others gave in, Raghav refused. "My father planted trees here with his own hands," he told the developer. "You see empty soil. I see my family's story." The developer offered triple the value. "No," Raghav replied without hesitation. "I do not trade legacy for luxury." Soon he was mocked by neighbors. "Look at him still farming in the old ways. We are buying tractors and building houses in town, and he's still walking behind oxen." Raghav smiled. "Progress without roots is just driftwood in a flood." Then came a year of drought. Crops withered under a punishing sun, and even Raghav's deep well began to run dry. Many who had once laughed at Raghav now came to him, asking for grain, food, and help. Though his harvest had failed, Raghav had stored enough from previous seasons, something his forefathers had taught him. Always save for the lean months, but more than that, he had compassion. He opened his granaries and shared with those in need. When asked why, he simply said, "Hunger is heavier than pride. If my neighbor sleeps with an empty stomach while my barn is full, then I have failed not as a farmer, but as a man." Even the children in the village began calling him Dada, a term of respect. He helped fix their school roof, donated saplings for the school garden, and taught them to care for the earth. One year, when Raghav was now well into his 60s, a university student named Nikhil visited the village for a project on sustainable agriculture. He stayed at Raghav's farm, observing and helping. He was amazed at how the soil was rich, the crops thrived without chemicals, and the water was managed wisely. "You've built a model of sustainable farming here," Nikhil said. "Would you be willing to let me document your work?" Raghav chuckled. "If it helps someone, of course. But I don't know about models and sustainability. I only know about respect. Respect for land, for time, for people." Months passed. Nikhil published a research paper and submitted it to several conferences. Eventually, a team from the Ministry of Agriculture came to visit Raghav's farm. One of them, a senior official, said, "Raghavji, we would like to turn your farm into a model training center for organic and sustainable farming. You will be compensated, and your methods will be taught to hundreds." Raghav blinked in surprise. "I was only doing what my father taught me." "And that," the official replied, "is precisely what this country needs: wisdom rooted in values." Years later, Raghav's farm became famous across the region. Students, farmers, Even urban professionals came to learn. Raghav never charged them. I did not pay for this wisdom. It was given to me through love and hard work. I can only pass it on. When Raghav finally passed away at the age of 82, the whole village mourned. His funeral was attended by hundreds of locals, government officials, journalists, and students from all over the country. He was buried under a banyan tree he had planted in his youth, and beside it, a plaque was placed that read, "Here rests Raghav, the farmer. He sowed values deeper than any seed, and reaped a harvest richer than gold." Moral of the story: true wealth lies not in riches or fame, but in the values we uphold and the lives we touch. Hard work, integrity, and compassion never go out of season. The seeds of virtue may take time to grow, but their harvest endures forever.